Hello there, this video is going to show you some of the life hacks that could improve and change your life. Often it feels like life is blocked on certain fronts, such as work or personal life or relationships with family and friends, but also how comfortable we are with our body, how healthy we feel. We've all got our struggles, that's for sure, but don't fret, you're not alone on this journey called life. We often seem to be stuck in a certain life that we're not content with, and then it is important to keep in mind that you and me, always have the possibility to change life. Even if it is not a whole lot at a time, we can step by step change our lives and get closer to what makes us feel comfortable with what we have and with who we are. I will present some of the good habits that will improve your life and will also help you reach your goals. Number 1. Don't expect others to solve your problems for you. It's always good to have friends and family to lean on when you need help to solve a problem, but sometimes this might not be necessary. Sometimes you're maybe just underestimating what you can do as a person. And when putting some effort in solving the riddle, the problem, the challenge ourselves, we are able to learn, we're able to grow, and we can take new opportunities to get to know ourselves better and see what we can actually do. Learn to become self-sufficient, solve issues in your life alone. It will not disappoint you. I know this is going to be quite an old, dusty expression, but some say that success is a bad teacher, but failure actually is a good teacher. And I think this holds true in this context. There's so much to be gained from experiencing a problem and solving it and failing, and experience it again and solving it again, and maybe making it right or a bit better the second time. So as long as we are learning from our mistakes and are not repeating them, we can move quite far, even if we trip sometimes. Number 2. Start reading a good book. If you're one of those people who don't make a habit of reading regularly, then you're missing out. Okay, no, that was too harsh. You might be missing out on something. Maybe books are not for you, but if you have never taken one into your hands in the past months, then give it another try. A book can also be like a mentor who you can listen to when you need to get some information or knowledge or advice about something. But most importantly, books can keep your brain active and your mind creative. But reading doesn't only fill our minds with new stories, tales, and interesting characters. It can also fill our head with new bits of information, and you never know when it might come in handy in a conversation. The more the knowledge, the more you're prepared to tackle challenges in life, and the more we read, the more words we gain exposure to. Being well-spoken is of great help in our professions and gives us self-confidence and the feeling that we can really say what we want to say and that we are not struggling to find the right words. Reading can also lead to stronger analytical thinking skills. Have you ever read an amazing mystery novel and solved the mystery yourself before the book? And here's an interesting thought. You might lose your job, your money, or even health, but one thing that you will never lose is your knowledge. Number 3. Limit your social media and entertainment intake. The first thing we do when we get up, come on, admit it, is to check our social media accounts. We get curious to see if someone messaged us, liked or commented on any one of our posts. But there are consequences to this. Our day can potentially be ruined if we get to know about some bad news. We become distracted in our day-to-day conversations, and we feel we need to post every coffee, every cake, or something interesting first on social media before we're consuming it. So it is worth pausing for a bit and asking ourselves, are we enjoying this coffee ourselves, or are we actually just showing it off to somebody that we might never even see, to get some reaction that might never even come? Social media can be good and bad. It can be a lot of different shades of gray as well. So just focusing on the negative side is unfair. But the majority of people have forgotten the right way to use these social media tools that we are handling. Many of us are so addicted to social media pages that we just scroll for hours to find something interesting. It's a bit like opening a fridge every half an hour to find food, knowing that your fridge is actually empty. But still, you open it and check every corner, and maybe there's a tiny bit of cake left. Albert Einstein once said that madness is doing the same thing again and again in the hope of finding a different result. And I think if we track the movement of our index to swipe on Tinder, or for example, to look at all the different new posts on Instagram, this is not so far from madness in the end, is it? So I personally really am a big fan of flight mode whenever I'm doing something serious, and this doesn't have to be work. It can be work, but it can also be reading a book, studying for university. It can be meeting a friend, going outside for a walk. I just put my phone on flight mode and I'm free for some hours to really be in the moment. Number 4, figure out where you are wasting money, because when we really find out where we are wasting our money, we get that aha moment. As teenagers, if we calculate the amount of money that got wasted and that still gets wasted, it would amount to a large sum that could have been invested in something that would bring us returns in the future. Invested in our own future, invested in a friend's future, invested in a different way that is neither harming us nor harming our planet. Having a budget is a great start. There are many apps that we can download and use to manage our expenses. These apps will track our daily expenses, but we have to be honest, we tend to forget to record every transaction because in the end it's just a lot that we do every day. But over time we will learn this habit. They say to wait 2 weeks before we decide to purchase something because this will help to stop impulse buying. So next time you want to get a new shirt, a new car, a new whatever, a bag maybe, you should ask yourself, do I really need that? Do I really want it? Will I also want it and need it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow? Most of the time it will be something that we want and not need. Another question you can ask yourself is for how many hours you need to work to make back the cost of the purchase. For example, if we purchase something that costs $60 and we make $12 an hour, that means we will need to work 5 hours to make the money to come back. Realizing this makes us change our mind about purchasing. Number 5, keep track of your goals. Many of us fail to accomplish goals not because we lack the skills and knowledge, but because we lose sight of what we want to achieve in our life, or because we never stop and pause and listen to ourselves, listen to our inner thoughts that can be quite scary sometimes, but that actually give us a clue of where we would like to go in life. When we track our goals, we're able to focus on important things that we need to do, and we can gauge if we are moving in the right direction or not. This also helps in eliminating risks that can come in our paths of achieving targets. Tracking our goals makes it easier to break big tasks into small steps that make it easy to work with. By tracking our goals, we value the work that we are doing from the start until the completion of our tasks. This can also help to reduce the frustration that we sometimes feel when it seems like we're not really moving forward. Our efforts automatically decrease if we track, and this in turn makes our schedule accurate and up to date. So we discipline ourselves when tracking is done, and this leads to working efficiently and recognizing distractions. So if we want to track where we want to go, it is also important to pause for a moment and think of where we are right now. Where are you? Take your time to find that out. It is often quite scary, it is often difficult and maybe also confusing to answer that question. Where am I emotionally? Where am I in life? Where am I in relation to other people? In relation to my own goals? Once you've figured that out, it is easier to see what you can work with and what you still need to do to reach your aims. If you liked this video, please tell us in the comment section which one of these life hacks you think can potentially improve your life and how. Maybe you've got some great experiences that others can learn from. And don't forget to watch our other videos and subscribe to Mo's channel so more people can be reached and gain value from our videos. Thank you, and see you in the next video.